Let's talk about fonts with me. Let's talk about ABC. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things fonts may be. Yeah, don't take up a singing career, Cole. Okay, so let's just get this video started. Typography. One of those basic elements when it comes to design, but so many people get it wrong in so many areas. Today, I'm going to teach you 5 things that will vastly improve your typography skills when it comes to creating layouts for your marketing or any piece of design that you want to create yourself. Suitability and appropriateness. I've seen so many designs where someone's used a font that really is not appropriate for the item. Let's say you're going to create an order of service for a funeral. Or maybe you're going to create a CV to apply for a job. Both of those things should not really use something like Comic Sans or Lobster. They're not appropriate. They just don't have the right feeling. What you want to use is something like Helvetica or Garamond, which look more serious and more professional and get across the right feeling for that particular type of document. So before you jump in and start just throwing fonts on the page, have a little think to yourself, is this font appropriate for the audience that I'm trying to reach? Mistake number 2, throwing as many fonts as you have on your computer onto your design. Imagine your design is like trying to speak to someone. If you throw too many fonts onto that page, it's a bit like trying to understand someone at a party or in a nightclub. If you've got lots of different styles on the page, that's a lot of different voices all shouting at you at one time. You don't want that. You want to be speaking to one person. So you want to limit the number of fonts you have on your page. I'd recommend that you limit yourself to 2, maybe 3 fonts. That way, your piece of design will have a nice even tone to it and not seem like it's trying to throw everything and the kitchen sink onto that page. Next up, we've got font pairing. Now, when we're working with fonts, some work well together and some really don't. They just clash. What I'd like to say first of all though is you don't even have to work with multiple fonts. You could work with just one, which is known as concordant. There are many fonts out there that have different styles or weights to them. Things like Railway, Montserrat, they've got 9, 10, some even have 14 or 18 different weights or styles to that one font. So that gives you lots of choices for bold, medium, and lightweight. So you can have headers, subheaders, and body copy. But if you'd like a little bit more contrast to your design piece, then what you want to look at is font pairing. Generally, I will take a serif font and a sans serif font that sit really nicely together on the page. There are a couple of good sites that I'd like to recommend that you check out for font pairing. The first one is Google Fonts. If you go to Google Fonts and choose a font, if you scroll down that page, you'll see over on the bottom left-hand side that it actually tells you which fonts will work well with that particular font that you've chosen. Super handy. The other website I'd like to send you to is Typewolf. This is a fantastic resource. There are some free resources and resources that you have to pay for, but they are well worth it. Font pairing is just one of the areas that you will learn on Typewolf. There's lots of other things there as well. Mistake number 4 is kerning and tracking. Kerning is the spacing between individual letters, and tracking is the spacing between letters in an entire word. Now, when you're typing out using a font, it may not be perfect. You would hope that the font has been designed so that when you type out any word, the kerning and the tracking are correct. But sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes you will have to go in and individually adjust the kerning between certain letters because the spacing is not quite right. With tracking, that's more of a design choice, where you maybe want to have a series of words which you have above one another and you want them all to be the same width in a column. So pay attention to that. When you're looking at your piece of text, does it look right or does something look out of place? You can go in and adjust the kerning and adjust the tracking to make it look spot on. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is hierarchy. If you can get a good understanding of hierarchy, you can make people read the text in the order that you want on the page. That doesn't have to be top to bottom. It can be middle to top to bottom. For example, if you have a special offer, then you want them to look at that special offer first. That might be sale, it might be a discount percentage. Then you want them to look at what the offer actually is, and then you can go into more detail after that. So you want to guide the reader's eye wherever you need it to go on the page. So if you can improve your use of hierarchy, suitability, limit yourself to the number of fonts that you're going to have on the page, learn about font pairing, and tweak that kerning and tracking, your typography is going to look sweet. And that's what we all want. Typography can take quite a long time to master, but if you implement these 5 things that we've talked about today, your designs are going to level up, and that's all we want. If you need any help with your typography layouts, please visit my website, get in touch. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and click that little bell icon and you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. So, until I see you next time, stay creative, folks.